Welcome to the MacArthur Memorial and our artiFACTS series. The MacArthur Memorial has thousands of artifacts on display. Each artifact tells a story and provides invaluable insights into our past. Today we're going to take an up-close look at one of these artifacts.
Today we're here to talk about what is the most valuable piece in the archives, which is this photograph of General Douglas MacArthur with Emperor Hirohito, which was taken right after the end of World War II and the beginning of the occupation of Japan. There was a series of 3 photographs that were taken of the Emperor and MacArthur together. It was the only time that MacArthur ever had a picture taken with any Japanese during 6 years of the occupation. And it was the only time he had a picture taken with the Emperor. The photographer was this man. And his name is Gaetano Fayacce, but nobody could pronounce his name, so they called him Gay Felice during the war. But he was kind of MacArthur's official photographer during the war. And he took this very famous picture of Douglas MacArthur, which was taken at the end of World War II at the City Hall building in Manila, the day he left to go to Japan. Now, what makes this so valuable is MacArthur calls in the Emperor. Now, before the war, the Emperor was divine. Nobody was allowed to talk to the Emperor. Nobody ever saw the Emperor. You really didn't see his picture at all. If you went to the palace, you had to talk to somebody who talked to him behind a screen. But MacArthur knows that, and so he calls him in to have this picture taken when they have their first meeting at the embassy there in Japan. And MacArthur had Fayacce there, and so when the Emperor showed up, MacArthur said, well, let's have a picture. And they took 3 different pictures, and the main reason is because the first picture, MacArthur had his eyes closed. And Fayacce knew that when he took the photograph. So then he quickly snapped another photograph, but the Emperor had thought that they were finished. And so you can see in this one, he's got his mouth open and he's kind of stepping forward, getting out of the way of the camera. And so then Fayacce said, no, I didn't get it. And then he took the final and most famous picture, which is this one, which is MacArthur and the Emperor standing there. And as you can see, the Emperor is dressed in his morning coat tuxedo, and MacArthur is just in his khakis. Hands in his back pockets, no tie, pretty nonchalant, like I don't care who I'm with. And what makes this photograph so special, it was the greatest aspect of psychological warfare that MacArthur ever pulls off. Because he has it published in the newspapers in Japan the next day, so that every one of the loyal subjects of the Emperor immediately knows who's in charge now. But what makes this piece so valuable to us, and really to the world, is that both MacArthur and Emperor Hirohito have signed this photograph. It's one of only 3 that we know exist where they both signed it. Fabian Bowers, who was MacArthur's translator, got one. And then Bonner Fellers, who was MacArthur's military secretary and was there at the embassy and welcomed Hirohito there. He got one as well. But this is the copy that the MacArthur Memorial Archives has. 6 figures, maybe? Who knows? But that is a very rare piece of MacArthur memorabilia.